Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of mine. This time I'm back with Only Friends, episode 4 this time. Yeah, I think we can all agree that we hate Boston because he's actually playing so many strings to get what he wants and he does not care to take any of his friends as collateral damage. We don't like it one bit. And I do not appreciate his behavior. I'm pretty sure that I let out my frustrations and rage in the last episode. So let's see what this episode is gonna be like. Let's just hope that Top comes clean to Mew, because that actually shows that he regrets, even though it's gonna put him in a stupid position because technically he did cheat. Let's hope Boston goes down, I'm just saying. 2 years ago? Oh no!
ไว้คอยติดต่อเวลาต้องการความช่วยเหลืออย่างเร่งด่วน
And for him it's
บาง
Mew?
คนก็เป็นแฟนพี่น้องคนในครอบครัว
Yeah.
คนที่เป็นคนเร่งด่วนของผมก็คือมิว
Oh no! He's crying! People are dead already. The episode hasn't even started yet, and I'm already dead. So I suppose that Ray doesn't see Mew as a friend because he literally said he doesn't have either of those. He made a list. Emergency contact can be your lover, your friend, or a family member. And since he doesn't have any of those, his emergency contact is Mew. He can't say he's a friend because he doesn't see him as a friend, and he can't say he's his lover because they're not together. Like, they're technically just friends, but Ray can't accept that, so he can't even bring himself to say that Mew is his friend because it's too painful for him to actually acknowledge the fact that he has a crush on a friend and that friend does not reciprocate his feelings. So he is trying to live in this state of denial where he doesn't actually have to accept the fact that Mew is just a friend and that there is nothing more. He just sees him as his safe place right now. I feel so bad. Like, he called Mew as his emergency contact, as in he felt himself going crazy. He knew that he was at the point where he was losing himself, and he was trying to call his anchor, as in his emergency contact, so it wouldn't come to the point where he loses himself. He called Mew so that he could come to him and help him before it was too late. And it hurts me. It hurts me. Like, the fact that Mew answered the phone and he was like, "Are you drunk again? I'm not picking you up again." Like, are you kidding me? I mean, I understand depending on how long he has been doing this, sooner or later, like, you're like, "Are you kidding me? Will you finally stop?" But you don't actually have to say it when you already know that the person is drunk. Apparently, they all know that he's vulnerable and sensitive when he's drunk, so you don't actually necessarily have to tell him that every single time. Like, he's already at his most vulnerable state. You don't have to put salt into the wound. Like, I keep on saying, they are not friends. They are not good friends. Ray needs to get himself a new pair of friends. Like, no, stop. Literally, I have to stop again. He is not a good friend. Like, the fact that he's literally even being dismissive about his feelings. I know a lot of people, like, I've watched a lot of people's reactions as well, and they are all like, Ray has to let go. First off, I agree, but they don't have to be that harsh. You can't choose who you fall in love with. And as soon as you are, you can't do anything about it but to feel hurt, but to want to have that person close, etc. Like, you all know, he shouldn't be too much up in his business and try to make him feel bad for falling in love, okay? But he doesn't have to be dismissive of his feelings. That's not what a good friend does. You acknowledge that person's feelings, but for the person that doesn't reciprocate the feelings, you don't have to make him or her feel bad for having fallen in love with you. Accept the feelings, but you don't have to reciprocate them. That's all I'm saying. He doesn't have to reciprocate Ray's feelings, but he doesn't have to be dismissive of his feelings, because that's gonna make him feel like crap. It's gonna make him feel irrelevant. It's gonna make him feel alone. because the person he fell in love with does not even acknowledge the fact that he fell in love with him. Like, just accept it. You don't have to reciprocate the feelings, but don't make him feel like his feelings are irrelevant, you know? At least he's being honest with you. He doesn't have the strength to say it when he's sober, because that's the only way where he's gonna be capable to accept the rejection.
กูไม่อยู่แล้วอ่ะ
No.
กูก็ไม่ต้องเป็นภาระใครแล้วใช่ปะ
Stop. No. Yeah, that's what happened, bitch. That's what you did, bitch. Okay, I'm being a little... I'm being too much. I'm not saying it's Mew's fault, but like I said, depending on how much problems you have, it doesn't seem to me that Ray only has love sickness, okay? He is trying to cling on to a good type of feeling that he has in order not to drown in his sorrows. And in that moment, and still, it's his feelings for Mew. The love he feels for Mew, that's a positive emotion. But if you have all of those negative things all around you, it's not just love sickness that he has. It's a lot of other emotions. We don't know that much about him, but I do believe that he's having multiple problems. He also seems to have this insane rage issue because of his father, I would assume. He doesn't seem to dwell in the fact that he's rich. He's just using money because he has the feeling that that's the only thing he's capable of doing. He doesn't feel that he's capable enough to keep friends. He doesn't feel that he's capable enough to get a boyfriend. He literally feels useless. And for someone that felt like that and was in a similar situation, I didn't say these exact words as Ray, but I did say it in a different way. As in, I don't think that anyone would be hurt by the fact if I'm gone. Like, I actually said those words. Like, when you're at your end, depending on how high your limit of tolerance is, of tolerating the pain you have inside of yourself, you're capable to take in more pain or less pain. And as soon as your tolerance of pain is being driven over your limit, you break down. You can't take it anymore, and you don't want to live anymore. Because if you're at your literal wit's ends, there is no positive thing you can see in your life anymore. He's literally saying right now, if I'm gonna be dead, I'm not gonna be anyone's burden anymore, right? He said that 2 years ago, and in the present he still says it. Because we did see, Boston said, you are always someone else's burden. Like, do you always have to be a burden? Because he was drunk, he couldn't drive home alone, and Boston wanted to get laid. So he was like, do you always have to be a burden? And he was like, yes, I know I am a burden. And right now he said it. So he's carrying that problem for 2 years already, all those negative emotions. And he never found a way to let them out. So these problems, the suffering that he's having on the inside that he can't find a way to get rid of, is starting to consume him. He's becoming unhinged, and sooner or later he's gonna drown in that suffering. And that's a problem. I'm scared for him. As soon as he said that, you saw that Mew's attitude changed. You have to acknowledge someone's feelings, especially if someone is saying things like this. It's not normal for someone to say something like this. As soon as someone says, I'm pretty sure if I'm dead, then I'm not going to be anyone else's burden, your alarm clocks must ring. If you actually care about that person, then you have to react. Don't just dismiss someone else's feelings. He actually just called him to let him know that he loves him, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna he's gonna try to kill himself right now. This is literally what you say when you're about to do something regrettable, okay? And this was him saying goodbye. He's not reacting anymore. He's not saying anything anymore. He's crying. He's at his wit's end. Now he's reacting. How much pain are you keeping inside, Ray? Stop! Oh, stop! People, this hurts me. This hurts me. Didn't I say that, people? I have been saying this every single episode, and I love the fact that they're finally showing it. He has been feeling lonely. He has no one. When he's at his weakest moments, he's acknowledging the fact that they aren't real friends. His friends are trash. I'm sorry. I'm actually not sorry. Like, they're trash. Friends are supposed to be there for you. They're supposed to recognize and acknowledge when something is wrong. And they should be always like trying to help you. It doesn't mean that they have to accept every single behavior of yours, but they should want what's best for you. If you hear someone crying, if you see someone keep on drinking without any reason, that's not a habit that you like to just drink. When you drink every single damn day, then that means that you're trying to drown out something that you just can't deal with by yourself. And deep down, he knows that he can talk to anyone. And you know the saddest part about this scene here? It's that Mew only came there when he was saying goodbye. And you know the even sadder part, that Rei didn't think he would come. Because deep down he knows that his friends are trash. He knows that they don't truly care about him. They're just colleagues. Because if you would, you wouldn't end up in a situation like this. You would have that mental support that you need. Of course, a battle you will have to fight for yourself inside of your mind. But your friends, your family, your surroundings will give you the strength to pull through. If deep down already know that your friends are trash, and you won't have that support system that you desperately need, it's gonna destroy you even more. Because you know, I have to fight in order to get better. But who am I fighting for? Because I'm not believing in myself anymore. I don't think I have any reason to be here anymore. There's nothing for me here. And nobody wants me here. So why should I keep fighting in order to deal with this pain? There is no reason for me to keep on fighting. That hurts me. That scene actually hurts me. I have the feeling I'm seeing myself. People like, I can't watch this. Where are they then? I understand now why he's so keen to stick with Mew. This is more than just love. He's actually seeing him as his anchor. He sees him as someone that he cannot live without. Rei sees Mew as his anchor, someone that is capable to keeping on ground. Because in his weakest moment, Mew was there and told him that he would always be there. In his weakest moment, Mew was his light. So he kinda got addicted to Mew's presence. So as soon as Mew calls, he kind of has that desire to immediately do what Mew says. He grew fond of him that deeply that he's gonna be at Mew's beck and call. He's always gonna be there. He's always gonna choose Mew before him. Because when he was about to end his life, Mew was there doing everything he could to get him out of that horrible moment. Mew was his light, so he literally cannot separate himself from Mew. At this point, I don't think that Rei's in love with Mew. He just has this deep affection for Mew that he interprets as love. No. You're not. Me. Girl.
ไปนอนได้แล้วไปขอบใจมึงนะมิวที่มาช่วยกูคืนนั้นอะถ้ากูไม่ได้มึงอะป่านนี้คงอยู่กับแม่แล้วมั้ง
His mother was a drunk. Oh god, and she died because of drinking. I suppose she had a drinking overdose or something. I would assume that it traumatized Rei that much that he unintentionally and unknowingly developed the habit himself, as in a certain sense to punish himself.
แล้วถ้ากูอยากเป็นมากกว่าเพื่อนอะกูชอบมึงนะมิวไอ้ท็อปอะไม่ยอมรับอะกูมันก็แค่ตัวสำรองอะเนาะพอมึงมีไอ้ท็อปแล้วก็ลืมกูยังไงมึงก็เป็นเพื่อนที่กูรักที่สุดอยู่แล้วปะวะ
My most beloved friend. Am I your favorite?
มึงจีบแซนดิ
และอีกอย่างอะนะแต่แซนก็ไม่ใช่สเปคกูด้วย
He is not your type? Bitch, keep on lying to yourself. Don't. The disrespect.
ไอ้เล่กูขอโทษ
Disrespectful.
แต่กูยังรักมึงอยู่นะเว้ย
วันแรกกูรู้สึกกับมึงยังไงวันนี้กูยังรู้สึกอย่างนั้น
I mean, it was too far, sir. I would want to leave. Sir, you did this to yourself. You do not kiss your friend while he's asleep. No matter how much in love you are. Told him that he doesn't like him. Then he should have try to move on. That's one of the lowest things to do. I can't defend that, Ray. I really can't. You can't just kiss someone while they're asleep. That's not consensual. People, like, I'm actually feeling the secondhand embarrassment. You can't just kiss your friend while he's asleep. If you already told him that he didn't have the same feelings for him back then 2 years ago, then he has to accept it.
ที่กูทำสายกีตาร์ขาดวะเซ็งว่ะ
Anger.
กูว่าจะเปลี่ยนแม่งพอดีอะ
Just like your attitude towards Ray. He is broken.
ถ้าเราเริ่มน้อยใจใครสักคนอะมันแปลว่าเราชอบเขาแล้วเปล่าวะ
Yes.
มึงน้อยใจ
Ray.
ใครมาเหรอฮะ
Ray.
แปบชอบใครฮะมึงบอกมาดิ
I feel bad for Sand because technically Ray already admitted that he's completely in love with Mew still. I still think it has to do with him confusing his pain back then and the fact that Mew was there to help him out of that black hole with love. But I'm just gonna put that aside for a second. I feel bad for Sand because you can actually see that he already fell in love. He's always happy when Ray's paying attention to him. And he was insanely hurt by the fact that he preferred to be with someone else and not him. So that's a sign that he likes him. And the fact that he doesn't want to admit it already says everything because he already knows how Ray is. And they both agreed that it would be just friends. And he's starting to have feelings. And we just saw that Ray's not... Apparently, he's not into it. That's a very bad situation.
มึงกับไอ้บอสตันเองไง
คุยถูกคอนุก
พอพี่แบบคุยไปแล้วก็ถูก
ๆไอ้ชาติไม่มี
หลังๆเราอยากหาคนที่นอนกอดได้ทุกวันมากกว่า ซึ่งตอนนี้เราคิดว่าเราเจอแล้วนะ
No, you didn't. If you were capable to not think twice and make out with
ชอบ
Boston.
หน้าโมเดลเครื่องบินรูปตัวบีนี่คืออะไรหรอ
Boston?
อ๋อ
ไอ้เล่ทำอะไรของมึงเนี่ย
Ray said, I'm just gonna show up at your house like just uninvited, unnoticed. This man is a phenomenon. Sir, you can't be playing with this man's emotions like this. He just got stood up by Mew. Mew told him off again, rightfully so. He told him again that he's not interested and now he's coming to him in order to have a one-night stand again in hope that it's gonna be capable to take his pain away for at least a few minutes. Sir, that's a very toxic habit you have.
ค่ารถเท่าไหร่อ่ะพี่ พี่ไปได้เลยนะครับ
Sir, you can't just be like that.
งอนกูเหรอ
Yes.
กูจะงอนมึงทำเฮียอะไร
เนี่ยมึงงอนกู
What do you expect? Sir, you made him go hard and then you left him. I would be upset. Especially if I started to have feelings for you. Like, I would be upset.
งั้นให้กูเป็นโชเฟอร์ให้มึงวันหนึ่งได้ปะ
No.
ถ่ายโทษที่เมื่อคืนกูเทมึงไปอ่ะ ให้กูขับรถให้มึงวันหนึ่ง
The whole day, he said. Stop with those puppy eyes. Oh my gosh, I feel bad for him. Like, you can actually see that he's conflicted because he's actually having feelings for Ray. And the fact that he's acting so cute is making it very hard for him to stay strong and to keep on telling him no. Because he already has feelings. But the conflicting emotions are that he wants him to be around him. But he knows that if he keeps on allowing Ray to be around him, his feelings for him are gonna get stronger. And he knows that he's not 100% focused on him. He proved that when he chose to be with someone else and not finish what they started last night. So I feel bad for him.
กูซื้อใหม่ให้ปะ
No.
มึงต้องหยุดกับการเอาเงินฟาดหัว
Yeah.
กูอยากได้ตังค์ก็จริง แต่สำหรับกูอะเพื่อนความรัก
Period. Oh, I love him. Horrible situation here. This reminds me of my reaction of the first Avatar movie. We have two people with two different views of life. Ray is used to people only liking him or seeing it as a good personality feature that he has money. He's used to people expecting him to pay for everything because he's rich. So him throwing with money is like something he is used to. He's not used to people saying, yeah, don't do that. He's used to people telling him, yeah, come on, you're gonna pay because you're rich, blah, blah, blah. Sand, on the other hand, he's like, you can't buy me. Stop trying to throw your money at me. You can't buy friendship and love with money. I have the feeling that you're trying to buy me. You're trying to buy my services. He's technically buying his presence, continuing to just show up and telling people to get out of his life. He's gonna drive him. He's gonna spend the day with him in hope that Sand sooner or later is gonna appreciate the fact that he's throwing the money at him and had things he needs. But Sand does not like it. He's feeling uncomfortable. He needs money because everyone needs money. But he doesn't like the fact, or he doesn't like to imagine, that Ray is trying to buy his love and friendship. Because it could come naturally, you know? But Ray doesn't see it, so that's where their ideas clash.
คนเรามันก็ต้องจัดลำดับความสำคัญของทุกอย่างอยู่แล้วเพราะว่า
ด่ากูดิ ด่ากูเลย
I cannot with this man. He's trying to act all cute again. And it's working for me, but no, I have to be... People like, I'm such a weak-ass bitch. Like, I would fold. No, we gotta be strong. It's not okay how he's dealing with things. And I like the fact that even though Sand is like suffering, we know he's suffering by the fact that he can't like act all cocky anymore, like on their first night. First off, you can see that he already fell for Ray. Second, he doesn't have the strength to fight. Like he already forgave him seeing him like this. And Ray thinks that everything is gonna be forgiven and forgot just because he's buying things. This is very, very bad. Sand is hurt because he likes him, and Ray is not being serious. That's hurting him the most. No matter how much he's gonna scold you, it's not gonna make him feel better about himself. He fell in love with you, and you don't like him that way back. So as soon as you fall in love, it's gonna take some time and distance to get over that fact. Especially if he knows that you are completely hung over someone else. And it's not gonna work if you keep on showing up at his doorstep telling him that you're gonna drive him anywhere he needs to be. Like,
ด่ากูดิ
he can't. I feel bad. Don't play with
ไม่ใช่พอ
people's
มึงหลอก
feelings.
เข้ามาลากกูไป
Yeah.
นี่พอมึงไม่ต้องการกูอ่ะมึงก็แค่เคลียร์กูทิ้งถ้ามึงยังอยากเป็นเพื่อนกับกูอยู่นะคิดถึงความรู้สึกกูบ้าง
ก็เพราะกูคิดถึงความรู้สึกมึงไง
Where?
กูเลยมาอยู่ตรงนี้
I was about to say, if it's Boston, I swear to God, get out of my face, Boston.
งั้นมึงก็อยู่เฉยๆกูจัดการเอง
Sir, he is disgusting. See how toxic this man is. This man is trash. Like, Mew is supposed to be his friend, and he's like, why would someone like me be envious of Mew? That already is a red flag. And him. You feeling guilty? Yeah. What Boston did was a drug dealer running after a drug user in rehab. Like, he actually played with his insecurities and tried to make him remember why he became a playboy or an F-boy in the first place. So I would say they are both at fault. But the main issue right now is Boston, let's be real.
ถ้ามีรูปนี้หลุดออกไปอ่ะเขาจะเสียหาย
You just proved to him that he's not worth it to you.
กูมึงก็มาหากูอ่ะพร้อมต้อนรับมึงอยู่แล้ว
He is such a fake ass. See, he's not having it anymore because he saw who he really is. He's not being flattered by that fact anymore that he's calling him cute and everything. Because he knows what trash he truly is. He literally suspected that he was just using him. And I mean, he never lied. He did say that it was just out of fun and that he doesn't want anything serious. But you still should respect the other person to say, yeah, I'm serious about someone else and you are just the side guy, technically. Like, I'm truly interested in hunting him. If you want to continue being my side guy, then that's okay. If not, we have to end it here. He didn't even have enough respect for him to tell him the truth. He's hanging him on a leash, thinking that if he's being like this, as in using his feelings against him, that Boston is gonna get out of this fine, but Nick is the one that has to pick up the pieces of his broken heart. I feel so bad for him because after he saw who Boston really is, he still fell in love, so like he can't get out of it that easily, and he gave in to temptation and had sex with Boston again. But all those sweet words that he told him back then in the car when he put that recording device in Boston's car and then listened in on how much of a bad person he is. I'm pretty sure that he even heard the beginning. Do you think that Mew's only interested in you? He's also having something like Ray. The way he's trying to persuade him to sleep with him. Like, he saw what a real bad person he is and saw all those sweet words that used to work for Nick in the past are not working for him anymore. Now he's not even flinching to look at him. Like, you can actually see it on the screen right now. He's feeling disgusted. Fake ass bitch. The fake ass bitch. He knows he fake. He knows he fake.
แล้วอยู่กับตันได้ปะ
Ooh.
มึงชอบมันเหรอ
Sadly, he does. That arrogance, though. Like, you can see that he's broken. At least show a bit of compassion. Is he showing now compassion?
แต่มึงอย่าไปจริงจังไก่ตั้นมันเลย แล้วมึงทำแบบนี้มึงคิดว่าจะหยุดมันได้เหรอ
You can't, sir. This man is a slut. Honestly, you all know I appreciate honesty. I feel bad for Nick, but I still think that Top did the right thing. Because Nick actually called Top to tell him to stay away from him because he knows that Tan has a weak spot for him. So he was actually hoping that if he told him to get lost, that Tan was gonna like him more. Like, that's the hope I was talking about. He was hoping that if Top is out of the picture, that Tan would use all his focus on Nick. But that's not the case because he's an F-boy. He's gonna find someone else to screw. And in Nick's situation right now, it's way past getting him out of that state before falling in love. He already fell in love. And I think that Top telling him that he shouldn't get too attached to someone like Boston was the right thing to do. It sounded a little harsh, but the truth hurts. And he actually showed compassion there because he was like, you shouldn't get too attached to him because he's nasty. He's not a good guy. And I believe that you deserve better.
ใช่ว่าขับรถแพงแล้วมึงจะขับเหี้ยยังไงก็ได้นะ
แต่มึงไม่สโลว์เองหรือเปล่าวะเขาต้องออกตัวแรงก่อนเปล่าวะเอาไว้นะมึงเพิ่งเอารถไปซ่อมมาใช่ปะนี่เห็นชัดเลยเนาะมึงเป็นคนดูแลของไม่ดี
Did Top screw his lover? Is that what's happening here? Because if he's saying it's clear that you just can't take care of what you have, then that means that he's referring to his man. Like, let's be real here. So that means Top slept with San's lover in the past? Ooh.
เฮ้ยเหี้ย
He still left a mark on your face, bitch.
กูแอบจะขึ้นแต่ฟังไว้บนรถอะตอนมันมีอะไรกัน
He said, I'm gonna let you hear it if you don't believe. Oh, come on.
กูแค่รู้สึกว่าคนอย่างกูจะเอาเฮียอะไรไปสู้ไอ้ท็อปวะ
เพราะกูก็เคยผ่านมาเหมือนกัน
He took his lover.
ท็อปมันเคยแย่งแฟนเก่ากู
I love it.
กูขอโทษนะ กูรู้ว่ามันไม่ควรทำไม่ว่าจะเป็นมึงหรือว่ากับใครอะไอ้ท็อปมันเป็นแฟนแบบที่มึงอยากได้จริงๆใช่ปะ
กูตัดสินใจเองได้
Ray asking Mew if Top is the type of boyfriend he wants is literally him saying, like, if I change myself and become like Top, will you like me then, you know? So I think it was good that Mew was like, who I like and how I like someone is my business. He didn't say if Top is the kind of boyfriend he wants or not to stop Ray from even thinking about trying to change himself. He just doesn't like him. And since it didn't work the nice way, I think it's okay for Mew to finally like be harder on Ray and saying, if you want to continue to be my friend, you have to stop thinking of me like this because I don't like you like that. And he tried to tell him the nice way apparently in the past, but apparently that thought didn't stuck, considering the fact that Mew was always there for him, always tried to do everything to help him. And as we saw, he was always there in his most vulnerable moments. It gave Ray hope that Mew may like him more than just a friend, but Mew was actually just trying to be a good friend to him. And since Ray didn't see it like that and thought that it may be love, I think Mew had to finally say it more harshly so that Ray finally gets it into his head. I don't want to lose you as a friend. I know you for such a long time and I grew fond of our friendship. But that's it. It's friendship, nothing more. And you have to accept it.
ใครแม่งไปต่อยมึงวะอยากให้โลเขาเลยอะ
Sand.
เราไม่มีอะไรปิดบังมิวอยู่แล้วอะ
No, you don't. Then tell him about Boston.
เลชอบเราอะแต่สำหรับเราเลคือเพื่อนอะเราเพื่อนไม่ลงนะเว้ย
But he can hook up with your friend apparently.
รู้ตัวว่า
Sir,
เราทำอะไรอยู่อะ
you're still using
ติด
drugs.
ยาจนชีวิตพังก็ยังไม่รู้เหรอนะท็อปแล้วถ้าเราเลิกยาเราจะได้อะไรอะ
Like, I can't. That's the reason why I prefer Sand over Top. Top is being all arrogant. He isn't really that connected to his humanity. Mew is trying to tell him that if he continues using drugs, that it's gonna cause some real bad problems for his health, and he could die because of that. And he's like, what do I get if I stop? Like, it's your life. You must want it for yourself. Are you hoping that I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna give you some sort of reward if you stop? It's your life. You should want to stop because it could kill you, not because you could get anything out of me. Sand, on the other hand, he is aware and he shows humanity, okay? Let's just say he's more sentimental, he's more sensitive than Top. He actually shows that when he's hurt, and you can actually see that he is. Top, on the other hand, he puts on this cocky facade and this arrogance. That's like his normal feature. Sand, on the other hand, is using this cocky, arrogant attitude as a defense mechanism. But deep down, he's different. He's sensitive, he's vulnerable, and he truly and deeply cares. So that's a complete difference, and Top is lacking all that sentimental stuff.
ถ้าท็อปเลิกยาได้นะเรายอมนอนด้วย
The fact that he's actually willing to go with that attitude, I would have smacked him silly. He's actually not willing to tell him that Boston made him sleep with him. I can't enjoy this scene knowing that fact.
เมื่อกี้โอเคไหมโอเคก็โอเค
Yeah, don't feel yourself all that special now. It was okay.
คือเมื่อก่อน
Can't promise that.
ใครใช่ไหมเราคิดแค่ว่าเราจะเสร็จไหมกับเมลอะเรารู้สึกว่าเราไม่ได้สนใจสิ่งเหล่านั้นเลยอะมึงคือ Ray of Sunshine
A ray of
คนจะสดใสเพราะแรง
sunshine.
ก็มานั่งเศร้าน้อยเพื่อน
He actually sees him as some sort of salvation. That's why he's so focused. That's why he's so focused on having him in his life, on having him as a boyfriend, because he's like, if he's not my boyfriend, someone is gonna come in the way and he won't be that much with me anymore. If he's my boyfriend, if we're together, then he will always take care of me. And the way he has taken care of me to this point has made me feel special. I felt happy. He made me feel happy. So if he gets a new boyfriend, if he gets someone else that he's happy with, he's gonna forget about me, and I'm gonna lose that support system that I desperately need.
ผมอาจจะไม่สำคัญกับมันขนาดนั้นอีกแล้ว
See? Didn't I say that? Cold Sand, is he becoming your emergency contact now? I like you too. I'm feeling some tension.
เอเล่
Yes! Finally, someone discovering them. Let's go. Oh, the drama. The drama next episode is gonna be so much. And I've been waiting for that scene. Desperately, okay? Like, I can't wait anymore. I need to see that scene. That was it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me in the comments below what you think was best, and I will see you in another video. Bye.